Greetings, everyone. Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. I'm a happy guy today. We had a great chat last night. Thank you, Chris Prophy, for joining us. Chris has a contest going on, so go over to Chris Prophy's channel and support his contest and subscribe to him if you haven't. Watch our chat from last night if you're not familiar with Chris, because he's just an awesome guy. It was a thrill to have him on. Thank you so much. So yesterday, I went to visit Zap Records in Cobourg, Ontario. So here's the backstory. About a month ago, I traded in a couple of things, the Paul McCartney archive series sets at Zap Records. There was the McCartney one, like his debut solo album from 1970, and Band on the Run. Now, both of those are probably the weakest of the archive series sets. They were just skinny books. They had very little content in them, and I never played them. I have them on just a regular CD, and they just sat there. And I just hate it when things just sit there as, I never play them. So it just seems like a waste of money sitting on my shelf. So I decided to trade them in. Picked up my Patricia Barber Cafe Blue album, which I love, as part of the trade-in, and then I had $140 in credit still. I took 7 records into this local store in Belleville, Ontario, and they gave me $50 for them, and I didn't think there was anything that great there, but I was pretty happy about that. So I had $190. My beautiful, generous wife, Lynn, gave me $60 for Easter to spend. So I had $250 and I was dying to get to Zap Records. So half an hour away, pulled in there yesterday when the store opened at 11 o'clock and bought a whole bunch of records, which I'm going to show you now. Let's start with this one. Maybe a month ago, I started to kind of get into the Police. And I did a video on the records that I'd gotten so far, how my progress was going. And there was still a couple I was short. And one of the records I was short is Outlandis D'Amour. Is this their first album? I think it is. Anyway, this was new, so it's a reissue. Played it yesterday. It's a really good record. It might be, this might be one of their top couple of records, I think. It's got Roxanne on it, and Can't Stand Losing You's on this. So they were the hits off of this album. Yeah, so now the only album I'm short of the Police is Synchronicity, and I will get that at some point. So my favorite album from last year, number 1, and I still keep playing it all the time, and I just think it gets better and better. I was joking the other day about this record, how it seems like you get stoned just listening to it. You don't have to smoke. And someone made a comment. I wish I could remember what gentleman's name was who commented, but he made a great comment. He said, "Yeah, it's just like it smokes the dope for you." Kurt Vile's "Watch My Moves." I had it on CD, but I wanted the vinyl, and it was there, and I had the cash, so why not? I freaking love this album. It is just so kind of laid back and atmospheric, and a lot of people say it's kind of samey and everything, but I freaking love it. I think it's great. Kurt Vile, Watch My Moves, 2 records. Guess I should. Oh, there's a picture of his kids, I guess, on there. Cool. Next, I'm not doing these in any order, just the way they came sitting here. David Bowie, I'm a David Bowie freak now. One of my favorite Bowie albums is Heroes. I'm trying to get as much Bowie on vinyl as I could, so I picked up a reissue of Heroes. Love this album. Absolutely love it. I love the instrumentals on side 2, Moss Garden and New Cone. The Secret Life of Arabia's great tune. Of course, the song Heroes. Robert Fripp plays guitar on this album. I'm a big Carlos Alomar plays on this album. It's just a great, great record. And it's on Gray vinyl. That's a pretty cool looking vinyl. I like that color. It'd be cool to paint a room like that, gray and orange. Bit of a clash, but they're kind of cool. Okay, with that one. How about Tom Waits? I've got a ton of Tom Waits on CD. All this stuff's on CD, but as I can pick up the vinyl, I do. My introduction to Tom Waits, besides hearing Old 55 on the Eagles album, was this album, the live Nighthawks at the Diner. And I think this is just a brilliant album. Got a chance to pick it up, a double album at a pretty good price yesterday, as it was unsealed, kind of used but not really. And this is kind of my real introduction to Tom Waits, when I just went, oh man, this guy's something special. On Asylum Records. So I think these were put out by, why do I have I thought I had a sticker saying it was Rhino or something. But I could be wrong. Anyway, 2 record sets. And another album I picked up, which was new, a new reissue, is another one of my favorite Tom Waits albums, Heart Attack and Vine. Great title song. Downtown Jersey Girls on this as well. On the Nickel, which is a great song. Fantastic record. Again, oh, this one's not. I love that cover. Look, that label's pretty cool. Okay, got Tom out of the way. A couple more Tom albums. My wife's gonna love that. She can't stand them. Sting, Into the Police. I always liked Sting's early solo stuff, and what I didn't have on vinyl was his first solo album, which I've always been a fan of. The Dream of the Blue Turtles. This has If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free, which was kind of a hit for him. Love is the Seventh Wave. Consider Me Gone's great song. Moon Over Bourbon Street I always loved. I'm trying to look at all the musicians on this album, because Kenny Kirkland, the great keyboard player. Branford Marsalis. Daryl Jones playing bass, who plays with the Stones. Fantastic record, really. And I got it for $7.99, in pretty good shape. Next, I'm a big fan of this artist, Lydia Loveless. Again, I've got a lot of her stuff on CD, and when I find the vinyl, pick it up used or whatever. This is one of her early albums, and I got it yesterday in the used bin. I couldn't believe it. You don't see those up in the wild here in Canada very often. I don't even know if you see them in the States that much, but big fan of this singer-songwriter. She's amazing. Lydia Loveless. This has the song Steve Earle on it, which is kind of a fun song. There's a lot of like real punchy tunes on this. So bad way to go. Jesus was a wino. Kind of a cool song. I got lots. I still got two more. Next, The Pretty Things, their debut. Again, picked it up used. Cover's in great shape. This is on an interesting label, Canadian Norton, which was Pickwick Records, made in Canada. But fantastic. If you don't know The Pretty Things and you like early Stones, it's a no-brainer. Pick up that album. Last but not least, one of my top 10 albums of all time is an album that came out, I think, in 2015, so it's very rare for someone my age to have a record from that recent in your top 10 of all time, I think. And I think this album is just brilliant. I never get tired of it. I play it a lot. I think it's a masterpiece. Stephen Wilson's Hand Cannot Erase. I have it on a regular CD. I have it on a Blu-ray audio disc, but I did not have the vinyl. Tim at Zap had it yesterday. Previously enjoyed, but pretty much brand new. I think someone bought it, played it once, and didn't like it, and brought it in and traded it in. And I wasn't even looking for this yesterday, but what happened was I was telling Tim about that Steven Wilson compilation thing that's just recently came out that I'm going on about, Intrigue, which is just a fantastic set. And anyway, I mentioned that to him, how good this is, and he really should give it a listen. And he says, I can't sell my Steven Wilson records. For some reason, they don't sell. And I said, yeah, I'm looking for an album called Hand Cannot Erase on vinyl. He said, I got a couple somewhere in the store. I said, I'm looking for this one. Next, I described the cover to him. He goes, oh, I got that. And he went and found it for me, and we made a deal. So I am absolutely thrilled. This was my find of the day. This was the one that really, really excited me. So there I go. I got a lot of music to listen to, so I haven't got time to chat. Take care.